Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's talk about it. Happy Tuesday to everybody, man. God bless everybody, man. How's everybody doing this morning? I didn't have anything announced, but I just wanted to drop in real quick and kind of go over a couple of things that I saw, in reference to USC's recruiting, in reference to the current state of USC. Come on in, everybody, man. I want everybody to come on in. I'm going to wait a second. We got a few that are tapping in right now. We want to talk about USC and USC's recruiting. So come on in, everybody. We are on Twitter and we are on YouTube. So come on in, everybody. Let's talk about this. How's everybody doing? USC right now, I had to kind of remind everybody where USC currently stands as it relates to recruiting. AZ, what's up? What's up? USC is still in great shape as it relates to the recruiting. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the transfer portal. You guys know Raul. Raul, what's up, my man from Light the Torch? Go check out Light the Torch podcast. They did a phenomenal job the other day with Woody Mark's mom. Go check them out. Raul, shout out to you, my man. How's everybody doing this morning, man? I hope everybody, what's up, big dog? I hope everybody, Anthony, what's up with it, man? What's the deal? I'm hoping everybody's having a blessed Tuesday morning. You got your cup of coffee. Look, man, while you drink your cup of coffee, let's talk about USC and factoring in a couple of things as it relates to USC, the transfer portal, all that good stuff. Because I think that, when we talk about transfer portal, when we talk about the money that may be tied up as it relates to the recruiting class, I think that may be factored in. And so we kind of want to deal with that. Eddie, what's up, man? USC needs to get more wide receivers and state players from the portal. Yeah, right. More wide receivers. Hey, we got all those receivers, man. Hey, God bless you, my brother. Hey, likewise, Elder. Hey, how you doing, Cedric? Hey, so the thing is this, and I think this really needs to be factored in. We got 71 in here between YouTube and Twitter, and they're coming on in. We got to factor a couple of things. Well, let me address this real quick. I saw this with Davo Swinney. You guys know I talked about Davo Swinney a while back as it relates to the transfer portal and as it relates to him just being kind of lost in the sauce. I saw this. Let's look at this. Davo Swinney, you see it here, Clemson, he added 0 players, and you see it here in the transfer portal. 0 players. And, they're going to continue to be lost in the sauce because he's kind of stubborn as it relates to the transfer portal. He's not going to touch the transfer portal. And you see it here, and you get 0 players, but you lose 13. We look at our situation, a lot of people think that, USC's lost to the sauce. But when I look at a situation like this, you see it here, 13 players hit the transfer portal, and some of those guys were some good players, some big-time defensive linemen, I think, or offensive linemen. I think one of them went to Colorado. But, we're nowhere near that situation that what Dabo Swinney has right now. And so everybody hit that like button. We got 98 in here right now. So we want to talk about that as well. USC is doing a great job. So, yeah, I'm getting ready to talk about that right now. We're getting ready to pull that up right now, high school recruiting-wise. But here's what I want to talk about. I'm gonna flip to that real quick. Here's what I want to talk about. USC is currently sitting at the number 4 spot in the high school recruiting. Now, this is according to 24/7 Sports. However, On3 has us at number 3, right? Now, you guys already know, and this is a point that I want to bring out, and we'll go over this class in a second. This is a point that I want to bring out. Ryan Day stated, and I made this clear to you guys before. Ryan Day stated that in order to have a successful class, he has to keep his class, he has to have $13 million to secure that class, right? That's what Ryan Day said he has to have. I'm going to get to these comments. Brandon, what's up? We need more kickers. Yeah, yeah. Hey, I believe in Coach Henry to have a line ready. I believe it's going to be ready, but I don't think it's going to be the way that everybody else is looking for it to happen. And I think this may be possibly a reason why. I don't think the collective is going to spend all of the money, let me say it like this, put all the money into 1 year guys, 1 year rental guys. Will it help us? It absolutely will. Can we utilize that? Absolutely we could. But I don't think that this collective is going to do that because, and I think a lot of people forget the fact that USC is sitting at number 4 according to On3. It's sitting at number 3, number 3 according to On3, number 4 according to 24/7 Sports. I don't think this collective. I mean, do you know how hard it is to be able to pull that class? Not only are they know they're going to get development, but Justice Terry, Isaiah Gibson, you know, you got to think and you got to wonder that they probably factoring in all those to the thinking about that to the future and saying, look, either we're gonna have it here or we're gonna have it there. And I think all of us, you know, a lot of people are having tunnel vision. They're thinking right now in immediate needs, which is rightfully so, because I feel like at the end of the day, if we win, I think that's going to help us, you know, pull this class together. However, you know, you got to wonder if they, you know, because I think they're only dealing with so much money right now. I don't think that the process is all right there to where they trusted enough yet to where they want to tie their money into both parties. So what we have to do is, I think we might have to pick and choose and say, look, we might have to give up some things to gain some things. USC has Julian Lewis, who you know he's getting the bag. Justice Terry, he's getting the bag. Isaiah Gibson, he's getting the bag. All of these guys, you know that they're gonna get the bag. So you know we gotta wonder, like, is this a major factor? I'm gonna get to some of these questions real quick. Some fans are panicking, but yeah, I think they know what they're doing. So you got to say, okay, if they're not gonna get the bag, if they get those guys are getting the bag from the 2024 class, and I'm gonna get to these questions. Are they willing to just take it not a lesser player, if you will, a player that's not as high caliber as some of the other guys? Who's more important in your opinion? Is a 5-star like Justice Terry or Derek Harmon, who's a 3-star? And by the way, I had Derek Harmon's numbers up here. I looked them up last night, and I'm gonna give you Bear's number real quick, and I'm gonna give you Harmon's numbers real quick. I hope I didn't delete that. Let me pull those numbers back up real quick. I got Bear's number and Harmon. Let me type this in real quick. Okay, Bear Alexander. This is what Bear had last year. Bear had 27 tackles, 1.5 sacks last year. Well, his total was 47 total tackles. Solo was 27, 20 assists, and 1.5 sack. Now, I want you to remember that 47 total. I'm gonna pull up Derek Harmon's because I looked both of these guys up last night. And I was kind of shocked at that a little bit as it relates to Derek Harmon. Now, Derek Harmon had a total of 16 solo tackles. Let me screenshot both of those. 16 total tackles, 1.5 sacks. So he had 40 total tackles, 16 solo, 24 assists, 1.5 sacks. So, you know, here's my thing. We know that Derek Harmon is a big body. We know that body is a body that's going to be able to move and groove and really plug up the hole. However, you know, as it relates to the collective, is the collective looking at the aspect of tying up all the money into to right now immediate needs, or is it more beneficial in tying up our future, which is the 2025 class? You guys talk back to me. I need to know that because, you know, I don't think it's enough right now to go around until we start generating that, until we start creating faith that they can believe in, you know, in a class like this. I'm gonna get to some of these questions real quick. Let's see. Griffin is ours. Yeah, you got to think of Griffin and everybody else. So somebody just texted me. Wow. It looks like Miami may be getting another player that just visited us. I don't know. I'm not even gonna put that out yet. The outcome in 2024 will likely determine. I totally agree, but at the same time, you got to wonder, determine how many of the 2025 recruits. I told you guys know I'm a firm believer of that we have to win, but I want to look at it like this from this perspective. How do you think that they're figuring this out? I'm not saying this is the case. I'm just throwing some things out there because I know that they're not. I know that they're not going to pay for the I guess the how do I want to put this? The overly the super high, overly charged up defensive tackle that I don't, I don't think that they're necessarily. Are they? Is it worth our immediate needs? Absolutely. But do they look at it like that as far as from a rating standpoint? I think that they may be looking at it from that aspect, and I don't think they're gonna give it to them the big time bag like that. Is how focusing on 2025 class is HOV. Well, yeah, I mean, I think so. HOV focus on 20. Yeah, I think that I think they are. I mean, we got the number 4 class right now. So you got to think that how well we played this year will determine. I totally agree. I totally agree. But you got to wonder if money is trying to be put aside for that. I'm just throwing it out there. I wonder, is that more important? I have a lot of questions about how our collective is moving and structured. At Carter Sports has a good video breaking down what's going on with the NIL. I can tell you right now what's going on with the NIL. I talked to somebody personally what's going on with the NIL. They're not going to do it. I know. I talked to somebody. They're not going to do it. I mean, it's plain and simple. And Lincoln Riley has absolutely nothing to do with it. It's not in his hands. Lincoln Riley didn't lie about anything. Just to set the record straight, Lincoln Riley is just coaching the team up. And my fear is that we keep this coaching staff together just to because I mean, if we're not providing the needs, my thing is USC going to, if the coaching staff, are they going to get frustrated? That's what I hope not. I hope that they don't get frustrated, because I can tell you right now that I can guarantee you that they're not going to do it. I can tell you that. The problem is that the West Coast is soft politically, which is affecting how we grow and develop our youth, along with the installation of toughness and grit into the values of these kids. Hey, man, I don't know. I don't know if it necessarily has anything to do with that, because we're pulling this has to do with our collective. Rather, we talk about the collective coming from, and we're pulling all types of players. We needed the collective to be on board for not only with the high school, but we need them to be on with the current situation right now, the transfer portal. So, I don't know. I'd rather pay for 5-star recruits. And see, maybe the collective is thinking like partly thinking like some of you guys right now, and they're thinking like some of the other guys. The issue is that base wants their cake. Yeah, they do. Base wants their cake and eat it too. They want unpaid transfers and the top recruits. Well, overpaid. My bad. I got my glasses right here. I don't put them on. I don't like wearing them. But yeah, you said overpaid. Hey, listen. And I think that's what the collective is looking at. However, you guys know that right now players are being overpaid, and it don't make no sense. They're in Bear numbers. That's what's crazy about this. And I looked up. I just read you guys the numbers. Bear Alexander numbers are way better. However, he does have that big body that we need to be right in there. And so I think that's how they're looking at it, man. And it's nothing that USC could do about it. It's nothing that Lincoln Riley could do about it, because he's not the one that's paying it out of his pocket. Coach Newell's not paying it out of his pocket. Coach Henderson's not paying it out of his pocket. It has to come from the collective. So please, anybody that suggests that it's a Lincoln Riley thing, Lincoln lied. No, Lincoln only did what he was told to do. And as a result, we're dealing with these issues right now. Like I said, I talked to somebody personally close to the situation, and I'll just say this. They're on the board, and I can tell you that they're not going to do it. So all them other theories that people are throwing out there, throw them out the window, because I'm telling you right now, they're not going to do it. Oh, are we getting Suggs? Man, who knows? Suggs actually went to he went to go visit Michigan. And so you guys know he's from the state of Michigan. I'm hoping that he gets hoping that Coach Henderson influences his thoughts, man. That's what I hope. USC just can't play with the big boys in the portal. Hey, maybe we can, maybe we can't. Have you heard anything on the defensive recruiting over the weekend? Well, I mean, I just stated that Suggs went to Michigan, and I'm hearing that Tyler Barron, I'm not sure. I don't know if that's true. Somebody just texted me a few minutes ago. They saying it's a done deal to Miami. I don't know. He was on a visit at USC over the weekend, but I don't know if that text is correct. I have to see. I have to check on that. I'm on here right now. So you guys know Tyler Barron came from Tennessee. Somebody just texted me and said Miami's a done deal. I don't know. We'll see. I literally just got that text. A combination of the portal players and high school guys is a must for each season. It's a must, but our collective has to see it that way. Our collective has to value the transfer portal the same way we value the transfer portal, and the same way our coaches value the transfer portal. Because if they don't, USC's out of luck at this point. So, I mean, that's kind of where we at right now. And I think it's so important that everybody understands that. Don't put the blame on anything else but what it is. I mean, it's simple as that. All right, man. Hey, appreciate you tapping in, my brother. Appreciate you tapping in. Get back to it. I'd rather have two decent interior defensive linemen than just Harmon. Well, hey, same here. My thought was if we could get Suggs and if we could get you got the guy from Stephen F. Austin, Brandon. I forget his last name. Brandon. He's for Stephen F. Austin. I think he may be visiting today. As a matter of fact, I think he's there today. But if we could just get two guys like that, those guys are highly coveted right now in the transfer portal, and they come from lower schools, lower division schools. So you guys know Suggs came from a Division II school, and so that's the situation it is right now. But hopefully, man, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Hey, likewise, family man. Likewise, family man. Much love to you. People are panicking. Let me see. People are panicking over the collective. Let's just pick up what we can and we will improve. The money will flow in. Yeah, let's just pick it up. Difference is businessmen want to see results. Yeah, they want to see a return on their money. So I totally agree. Our NIL collective is terrible. We need to move on in a new direction with leadership at HOV. We should have enough for both. Well, we should, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. So it's not Texas or Oklahoma where, yeah, they're throwing money everywhere, man. They're literally throwing money everywhere, man. So look, man, this is Los Angeles. Look at Miami. You have so many resources in Los Angeles. Well, I mean, you can't see it. You can tap into that even if alumni are fundraising. For fundraising. Yeah, well, I mean, hey, I think so, but I don't know. I mean, where is it at right now? With the proof, they say the proof is in the pudding, man. I mean, it is. Couldn't agree more. SC fans can be the most delusional in college football. Overpaying for a one-year rental is stupid. Well, we got to win. Right now, we got a big hole in the gap of the middle, and we have to pick and choose which way we want to go with this thing. Either we got some guys coming in. Like I said, Carlon Jones is 313 pounds coming in. He's a big boy. I think he's actually going to get in there and play. That's what I think about Carlon Jones. He's just as big as Bear. And you guys know Bear being there. But I think, Anthony Lucas, from what I heard he's in there moving and grooving as well. I heard who else? Of course, you got Jai Abasari. He's a big boy. Some of these young guys, they may just have to get in there and step up. If this is the reality that we have to live right now, it is what it is. I'm not about to sit up here and cry and look. At the end of the day, this is football, man. And they might not be as big as some of the other guys, but hey, they just got to get in there and trust the process, trust the technique, and do what they got to do. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. We aren't delusional. I think we're just wanting. Absolutely. I totally agree. Does the collective think it's going to get no? Well, hey, look. It's crazy how high priced they are. And I told you guys this, that these guys are not going through the players no more. Not only it's not going to get any cheaper, but the price right now is so ridiculous for some guys that are that are not even, I don't know, they're worth it because we need them, but they're not worth it because of their numbers. Like I said, Bear Alexander had better numbers than a guy like Harmon, and this guy's driving his price way up there and way past Bear Alexander. I mean, it don't make no sense. That is just that to me. That's just crazy. So my thinking is, are they thinking that way? That's messed up. We picked up way better transfers. And thank you, Jeff. This year than the last 2 years. I don't think people. I think people don't even realize that aspect of it too. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because not only are we securing this 2024-5 class, which look, we got 324 people between YouTube and Twitter. Everybody hit that like button. Everybody hit that share button. We have secured not only the 4 class, we got the number 4 class in the country, but the transfer portal. Listen to this. We got the Arnold brothers. We got a safety and a linebacker that came from Oregon State, right? We got DeCarlos Nicholson that came from Mississippi State, a cornerback, right? We got Nate Clifton that came from Vanderbilt, defensive lineman, right? We got, who else? We got Ramsey and Humphreys that came from UCLA. Do you realize USC, we got, of course, the Florida State transfer that just came in. We got the Auburn transfer that just came in. I want you guys to really consider the quality of players that USC has right now. Like, do you guys forget how many players USC has absolutely got out the portal? And I don't believe they're finished. Hopefully, we get a couple of guys in the interior players, and I think that will complete us. You guys know I did a video about the Texas A&M center. He was there visiting. We'll see how that goes. If he comes, he could play center. Jonah Mannheim, if he wants to stay, move to guard, he can move to guard. And I'm sure they have to clear, before anything's confirmed, that'll have to be cleared through a guy like Jonah Mannheim before that even takes place. So that's the kind of situation we're dealing with right now. But look, the portal class that we got right now, I think right now they said we're number 4 in the Big Ten as far as the portal class. Brian, what's up, big dog? Arthur, Fido. People need to look at the Michigan model. Having solid players everywhere is better than one dude. Yeah, I totally agree with that, man. Clear needed to fire Grinch and get some serious defenders from the portal. Wait a minute. He failed? What are you talking about? Listen, see, everybody cried about Alex Grinch. Now he's gone. And nobody, I mean, can you give the man credit? He fired everything that he was familiar with, everything that he knew, and he relinquished everything. And as a result, we got a whole new coaching staff, the best D-line in the coaching staff in the country. You got Eric Henderson, you got Sean Newell. Who's better than that? I mean, I don't care what nobody say. You got to remember, Sean Newell coached Aiden Hutchinson when he was at Michigan, right? He was a heck of a coach then. You got Doug Belt, who coached at Alabama before, of course, Houston, Mika Fitzpatrick, all of these guys. I mean, we got phenomenal coaches. Deontay Lynn, who's an NFL guy, who was able to transform Michigan's defense overnight. UCLA's defense overnight. So look, man, I mean, we have a lot of guys here right now. And then, of course, you got Matt Ince. We can't forget about him. It's going to get cheaper once revenue splits go into effect. That's a whole nother story. I'm not well versed in that, and that came out yesterday. As a matter of fact, I was meaning to put that up. Pete Newcoats put that up, and I think, Dan, you're right, man. Thank you for mentioning that, because I actually got the article here. I meant to pull that up. Let's see where it's at. This was Pete Newcoats. Here it is. College Football Players Association supports a collective bargaining model without employment. The CFBPA plans to start lobbying Congress. This was yesterday. Pete Newcoats is reporting this. He wrote in today's On 3 NIL letter about the role of congressional assistance in the future of college sports. So, there is a model, I think, that may be coming out. We at the College Football Players Association believe that the current players should be able to choose to fight the battle for formal employment and collective bargaining if that is the battle they want to fight, as was the case with Dartmouth men's basketball players. So that's a whole nother story. We'll let, whenever Congress comes out with that, we'll see what happens with that. Long-term paying recruits and keeping your roster is more cost-effective than paying $1 million for one player. Yeah, I think it is. Big Dog, the high school football in SoCal is the best high school football league in the country, and gotta include Bishop Gorman. Yeah, Bishop Gorman is always, to me, has been an extension of, that's a lot of my people, my dad, my family, my grandmother, on my dad's side of the family, a lot of them moved out there, relocated, and it's a lot of people, a lot of my aunts, uncles, cousins out there in Vegas. Vegas, for me, is like a second home, and to me, Bishop Gorman, all that area, man, is really an extension of Southern California. That's how I view it. Just based upon, you guys remember back in the early 90s, I think with 90s, 92, everybody was moving out to Rancho Cucamonga. Everybody was not only moving out there, but then everybody was moving to Vegas too. So that's really like an extension of LA. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at that. If everyone's doing it and it's legal, and the new way of college football, and we're not doing it, we are going to be, hey, we'll see how it works out, man. We'll see how it works out. You ain't got to win the top spot. They recruited Texas A&M in 2022, paid $300. That's ridiculous. $300 million for the best recruited class, but subsequently flocked out. Now, you making an excellent point, because think about this, and I told you guys, I did a video the other day about USC's chemistry. USC has great chemistry right now, and that is, you can have all those players you want. Everybody talks about Oregon players. I saw a video this morning. They keep riding on Oregon's coattail like they crazy. That is something that has to be factored in as well. Think about this. If that chemistry is not there, they might be lost in the sauce anyway. They didn't even win the Pac-12 last year, and they acting like they won the Pac-12 last year. Washington, who didn't supposedly have a better roster than them, Washington was able to dominate them, right? So who's to say that their chemistry? I think right now, keeping chemistry together, because one thing about it, we saw what chemistry could do for us. Last year, in 2022, we had chemistry. But in 2023, we were absolutely lost in the sauce. Even though we had all this talent, it was so frustrating, because you saw a team that had all this talent. Guys, we got 7 players drafted. You guys know, we just looked at the draft. USC is up there in the top, I think, 5. You had certain schools. I think Michigan had 13. USC had 7. They were tied with a bunch of people as far as the talent level. And it's no reason why we shouldn't have had those guys be able to play a better season. But what we saw was just a situation, but we saw it in the Holiday Bowl. The Holiday Bowl really gave us an idea of what chemistry looks like. And Jacoby Covington, he said it. He said, we're a team now. We're a team now. They felt it. I felt it. All of us watched the game. All of us saw a team that absolutely was moving and grooving, and it was straight up go time. None of us even expected them to play like that. And I think that as a result, USC was able to dominate a Louisville team who beat the crap out of Notre Dame. Does anybody forget that? Nico, what's up, big dog? If we landed Harmon, everyone would be over the moon. The simple fact is the portal window was a failure. Oregon, Ohio State, Bama are not debating between portal or freshman class players. The university has a lot of financial ground to make it. And I totally agree. But the thing is that if our financial situation is not right, we can't blame Lincoln Riley, or we can't blame the coaching staff. That's a separate entity. That's a separate thing. We have to focus on what we got to focus on, and only try to control what we can control, and focus on the chemistry aspect of it. 30 million, I meant Timmy. Yeah. I saw 300 million. I said, man, that's incredible. I said, wow. Yeah, Timmy Texas A&M shows how having money but not the staff a recipe. It's not just the staff, and I agree. The staff, because Utah, as we stated before, Utah is able to, with less lesser players, man. Utah's able to get more out of their players than a team like Texas A&M. Now, make that make sense. It's the coaching staff. It's what you put around them. USC has that type of coaching staff right now, I believe, and we can say what we want. I just believe that I'm not here to talk about nothing negative, but I believe that certain players couldn't cut it. That's why they left. That's why I see, because you got a guy like Henderson that's not going to be playing no games. It's straight up dog work. You're going to have to get down and dirty with it. That's the same thing what I believe with Nua. You can't play patty cake, Baker's man, and think you're going to come up here and play some defensive line. That ain't happening. Our secondary looks strong. Yeah, we are. And we can pack the box if that's the case. Our defensive coaches will get the most out of players. I totally agree. USC has so many wealthy alumni. It does seem odd. Well, they're picking and choosing right now. Schools like Nebraska has a better collector than USC. Well, I think all of these things may be a possibility. As I stated, I just pulled this class up because I wanted you guys to really see that USC has a big time class right now, and I think they may be picking and choosing what they want to do as it relates to their money. Politics has nothing to do with toughness. Ask the parents who raise their kids. I agree with that. I can't wait for the player to get paid $800,000, get outplayed by a backup. But here's the other aspect of that. Let me talk about this part, because if you put a backup, well, these guys that pay for them to play, they want those guys in. They don't want their guys sitting on the bench. So that's another aspect of it. Like, at what point do we say, okay, we have a guy that was a walk-on? Forget a backup, a walk-on backup. What if he is playing better than a guy like Derek Harmon? Do we sit him on the bench? And then do your boosters pull on your coattail and say, you know what? We pay $800,000 for this guy. Now we want to see him play. Now what do we do with that? You guys talk back to me. I want to know what we do with that. Listen, we got, between YouTube and Twitter, we got 490 people in here right now. Everybody hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Sir Jay, we need to follow the Kansas State model. They are always a conference contender. Hey, you know what? Kansas State reminds me of Utah. They both are kind of the same thing. I love the fact that they both always could put a consistent product. Those teams are always tough and they're always physical. I think we could do the same thing. However, as it relates to the offensive side of the ball, I think we will be a little more, a little more effective as it relates to those guys. And I'm serious about that. Jeff, Michigan is the same way. Yeah, they are the same way. Yeah, Woody Marks. They start quality players and everyone stays. Yeah, absolutely. I thought they would have a flood of guys leaving. Well, so look, man, USC will be fine. We don't have to get anybody that hits the portal. Let the coaches do their work. Hey, man, I'm all for it. At this point, the way it's looking right now, hey, that's the way I'm kind of feeling. I mean, because do we need a couple guys in the interior? Yes. But at this point, it is what it is. Top of the morning, big dog. What's up? We need to put 10 toes on the line. Take what we got. Develop, keep pursuing, fight on. Hey, straight up, man. We got to do what we got to do. Collective bargaining will shoot SC to the top. Yeah. Some of those players need to get some of that revenue, right? Some of those players, I know the collective bargaining is one aspect, but what about the revenue sharing? What about all the money that USC, they generate from football? How will that come into play? For all the one-year rental people, every single player is a one-year rental, including high school recruits. Yeah, that's a great point. Our coaches obviously want these players by bringing them in. I'm not going to say that other part. Don't be deceived. Pac-12 was and every bit as competitive as the Big Ten. Well, this year they were. We know that. No need to be intimidated by them. I'm not listen, man. Hey, and this is what I think everybody, the Pac-12, and thank you for that. That's a great point. the Pac-12 had a way better league last year than the Big Ten. The offensive side of the ball, you guys know that we're not going to see anything like that this year? I mean, are you kidding me? Or you think we're going to see a Washington, a Oregon, a Arizona, even a Utah when they had Cam Rising on point? Even a Oregon State when they had DJ. We're not going to see anything like that at all. Coach Lynn used the Murphy twins at the 3 and 0 tech and plays like, yeah, I remember they came in from North Texas. They were 255 pounds. Coach Lynn knows how to use players. And I totally agree with you correctly and how to maximize their talent. Man, I totally agree. That's a great point, Eddie. Very, very great point. Very great point. I'm going to get to these comments and I'm going to get out of here. I was only going to be on here 30 minutes. I just wanted to tap in with everybody real quick. Bishop, what's the word? Big salute, fam. Gumbo in the fire. Let's go. Let's go. Yo, fight on. Can't wait for the season. Absolutely, my man. Absolutely. We have, between YouTube and Twitter, we have 578 people in here between those two. I can't tell the breakdown on here, but it just gives me a total. So shout out to everybody that's in here, man. I wanted to just tap in with everybody. We took in 2 big guys last year. That's it. Look at the sports winning this year. Look at who Mrs. getting. The NIL collective isn't just football. Yeah, we're trending up. I'm not worried about it. I know what we're doing right now. Look, everybody, man, that's in here, hit that subscribe, hit that like button, hit that share button, man. And let me say what's up. 916 Trojan here. What's up, family? I've been lost in the new day, man. Let me tell you something, bro. Congratulations. Do what you got to do as far as being a dad, man. Hey, any real dad know it is a responsibility to be a dad. But shout out to you. When I'm reading USC fans, relax. Yeah, absolutely. Still a long season with a great coach. You're so right, man. We'll be prepared. Hey, man, salute to you. Congratulations on stepping up and being a real dad, man. Do what you got to do, my man. Hey, hit that like button. Thank you, Bishop. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. I don't even know what that is. I trust this staff. However, we have a NIL problem still. We do. And you guys know, I've been trying to tell you guys that. I've been trying to tell you that it has nothing to do with our coaching staff. We hired the best coaching staff that's available, that's possible. But hey, the NIL aspect of it has to step up. So right now, until they don't, they don't have a class until they sign on the bottom line. Well, we still listen. I think they're reserving some of them funds until until these guys sign. I believe part of that's part of it. So Jay, one more again. Thank you for your good work. Hey, God bless you, big dog. I appreciate you, family. All I'm saying is let's see this year. Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. So I'm. It's almost 40 minutes. I'm about to go get it in, man. I'm about to go get it in. And look, hey, you guys, check this out. Oh, where's my other? I don't even have it in here. But check this out. You guys know. You see why I'm able to do this? I'm able to throw these hands like this because I use Bucked Up, man. I'm able to lift. I'm about to go get my lift on right now. I work out. I use Bucked Up. Go to Bucked Up, and I see you guys been buying it. I'm able to do this 315 because I use Bucked Up products, man. Go to buckedup.com. Use USCJ 32 promo code, and you will. You see me doing that 315? That's how we rock, man. We box, we lift, we do it all. Bucked Up products. USCJ 32, and you will get a discount for any Bucked Up product, man. So look, man, I am about to be out of here. I'm about to go get it in. I am about to go get this workout in, man. And so look, man, everybody, I got all the comments. Everybody stay blessed. And I'm gonna get at everybody, man, until later on. Gary Bryan. All right, so hey, I gotta take this. So look, man, I'll give you guys a holler. Fight on, fight on, fight on.